Okay, hello lovely students. It's your favorite teacher again, Miss H, and today we're going to learn about figurative language. Well, I actually shouldn't say learn about it. We're going to review figurative language. I hope some of you, maybe all of you, remember that we talked about figurative language a lot last year, so we're just going to review it. This will be quick. I will say you're working with your group. You're working together, so that means you're talking to each other, working together, watching this on one phone, and working together to fill out the note sheet. Okay, so question 1, what is figurative language? Figurative language is words and phrases that have a different meaning than their literal interpretation. So they're words and phrases that when you say them, they have a different meaning than what they literally mean. So you mean something different than whatever the word or phrase literally means. So an example that I use, that I like to use a lot, is the phrase, oh, it's lit. So if I said something like, oh, that party last night was lit, what do I mean by that? And really take like 10 seconds and talk with your group. What do I mean if I say the party was lit last night? 10 seconds. Okay, what you all should have shared out and said is, I mean, the party was fun, right? It was cool. We had a good time. Do I mean that the party was literally on fire? No, I mean the party was lit. It was fun. But it doesn't mean that the party was on fire, what lit normally means. It has a different meaning than the literal interpretation. So again, figurative language is words or phrases that have a different meaning than their literal interpretation. They mean something different than the actual definition of the word. Okay, question 2. What does figurative language do? Well, figurative language makes writing more exciting. It makes our speaking more excited. It adds like flavor to it, right? It's fun. It's more interesting for me to say that party was lit last night than if I just say, ooh, I had a really great time at the party. So figurative language, it makes our writing and our speech more exciting and more interesting. Another thing figurative language does is it creates a really clear image in your mind. If I said something that like her skin was the color of caramel, that creates a really clear image in your mind, right? It gives you a clear image, better than just saying, oh, she had brown skin. So figurative language can also, it makes our writing and our speaking more exciting, and it also creates really clear image in your mind. So while you're reading the book, if you're trying to decide if something is figurative language, if you get a really clear image of something, a picture of something in your mind while you're reading, chances are there might be some figurative language in there. Okay, question 3. What are some everyday examples of figurative language? You. We all use figurative language multiple times a day. So I already gave an example. If you say something's lit, I hear you all say like going to sharpen your pencil is a bop, or walking all the way over there is a bop. Do you literally mean it's a bop? No, you mean it's far, right? You mean it's far to go, you're lazy, you don't want to walk over there. We use figurative language all the time. Someone in my 3rd period yesterday called a gun a burner. It's not gun isn't a burner, right? You're not gonna like cook on it. It's a gun. But again, more examples of figurative language. So we use examples of figurative language all the time. I just gave you 3 examples. I want you to go around your group and think of 2 more everyday examples of figurative language. And again, I'll wait. I better hear you. Okay, good work. I'm trusting you did that. Question 4, last but not least, why is figurative language important? Well, figurative language is important mainly because I just said it makes our writing more exciting, and that makes reading more exciting. And it also helps, like I said before, create these really clear images in your mind. So when you're reading something, you're able to get a clear picture of what the character looks like, or get a clear picture of what's going on because the way an author explains it. And a lot of times they're going to do that with figurative language. And in this book, Homegoing, we're going to read, there's going to be a lot of examples of figurative language. Okay, So I want you to flip your worksheet over, and you're going to see two examples of figurative language, one from the book, one not from the book. So the first example, my example, is Kevin Gates, that song he has, that phrase he has, I got 6 jobs, I don't get tired. What does he really mean? What does Kevin Gates really mean when he says, I got 6 jobs, I don't get tired? Someone read it out, it's right on the worksheet. Yeah, right? He means he works hard, that he's not lazy, he's a really hard worker, he's motivated. He doesn't literally have 6 jobs, right? So again, that's figurative language. His words mean something different than their literal meaning. The example that I use from the book is the fire raged through the woods outside her father's compound. It moved quickly, tearing a path for days. It lived off the air, it slept in caves, and it hid in trees. That's on page 3. Now, can fire literally live off the air? Can fire literally sleep in caves? Can fire literally hide in trees? No, it cannot. It's fire, right? But this is figurative language. What the author really means when she says this is just there's a big fire burning, right? So fire can't literally hide in trees or sleep in caves. It just means that a fire was burning through the woods. So your job now, I want you to go and write down one more example as a group on that sheet. Once you get that example down, raise your hand. I'll come and pass out the books, and the assignment for while you're reading is you need to, you're gonna read to page 16, and you need to get down 3 more examples of figurative language in the book. So again, you're gonna read until page 16, and then you're gonna write down 3 more examples of figurative language from the text as you're reading. Okay, so I'll say it one more time. You're gonna read until page 16, and you need to get at least 3 more examples of figurative language from the book and complete that whole figurative language sheet. So you'll put down the quote and the page number, tell me what it literally means, and then draw your picture. Okay, happy reading, everyone. I hope you like the book.